Hey everyone, welcome to the Idiot Podcast. I am so excited about today's guest. Her name is Tiffany Jenkins. She's a brilliant comedian and best-selling author. She's just released her second book called A Clean Mess, and it's so good. It was our first book in our book club, and everybody loved it. And this interview was next level. Her honesty and vulnerability and humor is unmatched. I am obsessed with this woman in an unhealthy way. And we have so much in common. It's scary. We even have the same amount of time sober. We went through a divorce around the same time. There's just a lot. We do the same thing for a living. It's wild. I just adore her, and I know you guys will too. Also, if you joined my Patreon, you submitted your questions and I asked all of them to her. And if you haven't joined my Patreon, go to patreon.com/Laura Clary. I do a lot on there. I go live every single week and cry to you and get to know you. We have a book club where we read a new book every month, and then I interview the author, providing they're not dead, as I just did with Tiffany, and you're going to see here. We also, every episode, every sketch that we release, you get to see it first. There's a great community on there of really smart, interesting, funny women who crave connection and community. And that's what this Patreon provides. Patreon.com/Laura Clary. You can go check it out for free, see if you like it. And I really do appreciate your support. It helps me to continue doing what I'm doing. And then I guess just a little update on my life. Things are absolutely wild right now. My head is spinning. I'm surprised I'm here, but I learned in recovery early on to just suit up and show up. And, my personal life is an absolute show. If you thought it was crazy last week, it's way more insane this week. I actually cannot now get into any sort of details, but, as of today, the kids and I are safe, and I'm taking action where I need to take action, and just, staying where my feet are and doing my best to reach out for help. I'm going to find a therapist. My other therapist didn't take insurance. It was so expensive. It was insane. So I'm looking into new therapists, and I'm going to be doing that because I need it. I absolutely need it right now. It's really weird to think about being in this situation and what it means. But I know that I need to keep my head on my shoulders for my children. It's not just for me, but it's for them. And so it's imperative that I do everything I can to keep my mental health intact. And somehow I'm doing it, man. I guess I'm pretty resilient, but it's like every morning I wake up and it's even crazier. It's hard to comprehend. On top of that stuff, my son is in a regression right now, which is really scary. He's not really speaking so much. And when he does speak, he talks like this, mommy. He doesn't use his normal voice anymore. It's been 2 weeks of that. And I am convinced it's because he has an underlying health problem, though I've taken him to the doctor several times and they're like, nope, there's no infection. Oh, it's just allergies. I put him on allergy medication. It made no difference. I checked him for infection. They said it's not. So now I'm calling an ear, nose, throat specialist to see what is going on. If you're a parent of a child on the spectrum, you know how terrifying it is when your kid is in a regression. And it's just like one more thing. But, we're doing it. We're making it happen. We're taking steps. We're staying sober. And then I'm going to go later today to go see the Eagles. I can't even think about what song I know, like if you played a song, I'd be like, oh yeah. But anyway, whatever, I'm going with my boyfriend, and that'll be good to just like get a little distraction and, see some live music for a minute and then come back. I think I need that, a little distraction, but okay. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm so excited about my guest. I know you're going to absolutely love her. And if you haven't read her book yet, it's called A Clean Mess. And if you haven't read her first book, it's called High Achiever. And it talks about how she went from being a literal convicted felon doing jail time to being a super successful, sober, hilarious mother and comedian living a life beyond her wildest dreams. It's so incredible. And then the second book, which is called A Clean Mess, Man, so interesting. She had to write it and then she turned it into her editors, and then her life completely flipped upside. What's the phrase? I can't speak. Her life did a 180, and she had to then ask the editors for the book back so she could rewrite it, the entire book, and it took her a whole year because her life changed in ways she could never imagine. So enjoy the interview. Let me know your thoughts below. I love you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And also, just tell me 3 things you're grateful for in the comments below, because it's really, really hard to be pissed off or anxious or sad and grateful at the same time. Okay, bye.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's you.
It is I. How are you?
Here.
Is this the first Zoom that you've done? Usually you do it in person, don't you?
Normally I do, but you didn't want to fly across the country for me.
Now I would have walked with a horse on my back for you.
You would have.
Yeah, I'm just out of shape at the moment. That's the only reason. Otherwise I would have been down.
You know, there's these things called planes. Do you like planes?
I do.
Really?
I do like planes. I totally would have come. I'm looking for a reason to get the heck out of here.
Honestly, next time.
Yeah.
Just it's an excuse.
Right.
And then maybe I can come on yours as an excuse to get the heck out of here.
Yeah. You've been on our podcast before, but we did virtual. Dude, and it wasn't as cool as yours. I know, girl.
So long ago.
I know. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. So like, I get it.
Yo, I'm in the same position. I feel like we've got a lot in common.
Yeah.
We've got a lot.
I know. We should wait. We should save it.
For what?
For the conversation.
Oh, is it not starting?
Wait, is this it?
Patrick, are you rolling. Recording?
That was a smooth intro, guys.
I just like it. Yeah.
So, I don't know how life works. I apologize.
You're on it.
Okay. No, okay, cool. No, I knew that. We're ready to go.
And then I'll tend to like do my intro another day, or I just don't have one. You know?
Yeah. Screw an intro.
You know, I'm just crazy like that.
Well, this is exciting. I like your purple drink. It looks very healthy. Good for you.
I'm trying, you know. It's acai. Did you say acai or acai?
I say acai.
You do?
Yeah, but I don't know if that's right.
That's how you say it. I feel like I never say it right. I go acai or like acai.
Yeah, I think
acai.
You can call it anything at this point. Really, who cares? It's 2025. We're all dead inside. It doesn't matter.
I love your hair. You're a little blown out here. So what I see, it's just super bright, which is probably me.
Okay.
It's probably my.
No, girl, it's me. I was trying to be so professional. I got so much happening.
But like, is it blonde at the top and dark on the bottom?
It is.
I love
2010. I'm bringing it back.
Fuck yeah. Yes.
So I would like you to know that I am actually, I don't know if you know this, but I'm currently taking a break from the internet and social media. And I have climbed out of my hole to be here with you today because I feel like I don't have to pretend to be anything other than what I am, which is a big, huge problem for me right now. So I'm super stoked to be chatting. We have a lot in common.
Dude, thank you for crawling out of your hole for me.
Yes, of course.
And I really do appreciate it, especially because you're taking this break and I fully get the break. I've been so tempted to do the same thing. I feel my life is such a shit show right now and I just want to hide and break, but it's like, it's hard. It's hard to do that when you're a single mom and you're
absolutely. You feel like if you stop for 1 second, all the balls are going to drop.
Yes.
And it feels like it's up to you to keep everything going. So every minute that you're not posting or creating or making something, it feels like you're letting your family down, which is something that I struggled with.
So what led you to take this break from work, I guess?
So I have all kinds of mental disorders, but one of them is OCD. I have harm and health OCD. So basically, I assume that I'm dying anytime I feel a cramp. And I am terrified that something bad is going to happen to my children. So I'm hyper vigilant to the point where they don't even like get to go outside because I'm scared of what's out there. And so recently my rage has been out of control, completely disproportionate to what the situation is.
Yeah.
I'm so overstimulated, which is not new, but to the point where like if the washing machine's going off and a dog barks in the distance, like I will lay the smack down. I can't handle it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just get excited and
No,
run my
tell
mouth.
tell me. I'd rather not talk, to be honest. I just want to listen to you.
I get it. I really do get it. So I am used to having random mental breakdowns, but this latest one, following the rage, I would start to have really dark thoughts, like everybody would be so much better off without me. Or if I could just go to sleep and not wake up, I wouldn't have to stress and worry and obsess about everything, the past, the future, the present, what's going on. So it's not that I wanted to necessarily end my life. I can't do that. But the idea of not existing anymore was sounding really good. So I reached out to my psychiatrist and my therapist, and I'm actually, nobody knows this yet because I haven't said anything to anybody because I just don't want people to make a big deal about it, but I'm getting ready to do intensive outpatient treatment for my mental health and my OCD because something's wrong with me.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being so, I love how vulnerable you are and how you share about it. I think so many people are probably going through this and there's still, unfortunately, shame and stigma around mental health stuff. So I really applaud you for talking about it. It's why I was so obsessed with your book. Honestly, Tiffany, you have no idea. Like I said, I've been going through a lot of as well. And like your book, I was just truly laughing out, like actually LOLing throughout.
That's
And like
awesome.
laughing and crying throughout. And it just made such a difference for me. And your storytelling is so incredible. And just obviously I'm not the only one, like thousands of people around the world agree with me. So you're just such a gift to the world. And you really are. And I'm so happy that you're doing this outpatient treatment. That's huge.
Yes.
That's huge that you're so self-aware that you recognize, okay, this is not normal or it's becoming unmanageable. And dude, it's so wild because we both, I mean, how long are you sober?
November will be 13 years.
Dude, like so much. I mean, I'll have 14 in October 29th.
Amazing.
Like what?
Yeah.
But even so, you take the drugs and alcohol away and there's still so much to wrestle with. And so yeah. How do you maintain your emotional sobriety?
Well, I think that's the thing that comes with being in recovery is I don't know about everybody, but I became super self-aware of myself, which is both a blessing and a curse. It's good because I can be aware when something is off. I can feel it. I can adjust it. I can ask for help. But it's a curse because I'm constantly self-aware to the point where I'm always wondering how I'm perceived. Like if I'm walking to the garbage can to throw something away, I'm like, what does my butt look like right now? Or my back fat things flapping? Like, are people thinking I have weird legs? I'm too self-aware. So as far as sobriety itself, like I've been meeting with my sponsor and attending the family sponsorship meetings and getting out of the house and going to more meetings and things like that. But I explained it to her. I'm like, it's past that for me. Like I understand completely. I can use at any minute. I can drink at any minute, but it's past that. It's to the point where that just seems like a prolonged agony. And I'm trying to make the pain stop. Like I'm trying to skip over the addiction aspect and just go right to how does this end? Because I'm ready. One of my kids has additional needs. So there is, as you know, it's not just point A to point B. as far as parenting goes, it's very much up and down and up and down and around the corner and all around. And it's chasing and it's a lot. And I don't remember why I started telling you this. I feel like there was a good point somewhere. Oh, that's why. Because as weird as it sounds, that's the thing that is keeping me from going further in my mind. Like I could never leave her. Nobody would ever love her the way that I love her. Nobody would ever understand her the way that I understand her. And so that's what's keeping things semi okay for now. Yeah. But I have to get it fixed because I am the kind of person who looks for an escape, looks for the easy way out.
Dude, and then probably your career choice is not great for this type of mental health. And I'm saying that because me too. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you're hyper vigilant or just, you know, overthinking what people are thinking about you. And then now you're like exposed to thousands, if not millions of people. So it just, yeah, it's really important to take hold or recognize if we're having mental health stuff to sort it out, especially in our profession, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Cause it's a lot. Of pressure.
And it's such a unique issue.
Yeah.
I find myself having trouble talking to people about it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, the problems that you have are problems we would kill to have. So I don't know why you're upset. You have a great house. You have great family. You have all of this.
You have a nice bathtub. Why are you upset?
You have a rainforest shower head. Why are you sad? And I have to explain, like, none of this matters. I'm an addict. I came from nothing, living in halfway houses and jail cells. I'm good with nothing. This pressure is what I think is killing me. And for the book, by the way, dude, I meant to tell you, I don't know if I already told you this, but the book was already written and submitted. The manuscript was submitted. And then my life fell apart and I had to ask for the manuscript back and rewrite it. And it took over a year. Yeah, which is so wild. And I think that is contributing to my little current mentee bee because of the fallout from the book.
Wow. And so what was the first book?
So the first book was about my time in jail and the things that led up to it. I was in a relationship.
Oh, yeah. Actually, tell me that because I want to know that. But then I want to know what the first book was. The second book, the first book.
Oh, I got you.
First book. Yes, second book first.
Yeah. So
does that make sense?
Yes, it does. The first version of my second book.
But now I want to know about your first book and then go into the first version of your second book.
Okay, I'll start with the first one then.
Yeah, and then go into the second version of the second book.
Okay. Why are we like this? The first book, I was in a relationship with a sheriff's deputy and I hid my addiction from him for 2.5 years. And I got charged with around 20 felonies and some gun charges. And the book is just talking about my time in jail, like a fish out of water. How the heck did I get here? I was the class clown. Why am I in here? I don't belong kind of thing. And all of the funny experiences that happened. And then, so I got a book deal for my second book, which was due to pick up where that left off. So halfway house, navigating life in sobriety. And it ended with 2 addicts living happily ever after and beating the odds, which would have been so awkward for people to read in their hand and then look at my social media and be like, wait a minute, this doesn't match.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's more that we have in common. Just
really?
Girl, yeah. I mean, I separated from my ex 3 years ago because I didn't realize at the time, but it was a relapse. I just thought like he was crazy and unsafe. And so I made the decision to separate with my kids and the behavior just continued to escalate. And then he came out and publicly too, so I can talk about it, but as like being in a relapse and has been on and off drugs since then. So yeah, we're going through this divorce too and restraining order and all the stuff. It's really not safe. You know what untreated addiction looks like. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, just one more thing that we have in
How are
common.
you? Quick question. I know this isn't my
Yeah.
interview, but how are you getting up every day and like doing the damn thing and showing up for work given your circumstances? Like, how do you keep that going? Because I am not joking. I would have been in a mental hospital by now.
But you're not. So how did you do it?
Well, my situation's a little bit different in that I kept everything off the internet.
Oh yeah.
I was like painstaking. And I know with you didn't have a choice but to rebuttal or whatever.
Exactly.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I don't even know if we can talk about that or not,
That's
but
fine.
I admire you and your strength and showing up for your kids and smiling when your heart is breaking into 1,000 pieces is one of the most difficult and selfless things I think anyone can do. And for a long time, that's what it was for me. My heart was broken and I didn't want them to feel any of that pain. And so they would ask me random questions throughout the day about their father. And it would just be like a stabbing pain, but I had to just work through it.
Yes.
It's very difficult.
So how long at this point are you guys like officially divorced and everything?
Yeah, we did it quick. We did a mediation. It was within a month.
Wow.
But we agreed on everything. And all I wanted was peace. So I was like, listen, split everything down the middle, do what we got to do, make it fair, and we'll do that. And so it was very quick. We got him a house down the road, which is super convenient because the kids and drop off, they forget stuff. And so.
So how long has it been since?
Over 2 years. So May of 2023.
Okay. And then, wow. So he lives down the road. And what is the custody?
It's 50-50.
Okay. And how is that? Like, how do you enjoy the time alone?
So there are things that I enjoy about it, but the overarching emotion is like, who the heck am I without my kids? Like, what am I supposed to do if I'm not needed? And it always also makes me sad and scared to send the kids to their dad, not because there's anything scary over there, but because I'm not in control. And 50% of the time they are being raised by somebody else, which means I can only, even at my max, even if I'm pouring 100% love and everything into them, I don't know once I send them off if that same thing is happening. And I hate not knowing. I just want to keep them in my pocket forever.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, in a way it's like, we just have to practice surrender and trust. And also I feel like from what I read too, you guys have such a close relationship and you were there every step of the way, those first however many years of their lives. So I would assume that they would tell you if anything was off, right?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure. They're old enough
Right?
now. So that fear has subsided.
Yes. I feel like it would be harder. Yeah, exactly. If they couldn't express to you if there was something off,
Yeah. And then if they do express that, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like that's the tricky thing too.
There are things you can do, if they were to express that, that's why we have the court and judges and there are things you can do,
I know, but if it's something little, like,
right.
You know what I mean? It's I can't take him to court because he didn't clap hard enough for her dance that she showed him. You know what I mean? But like that pisses me off. I'm like, you should do a backflip. She showed you her ballet dance. Why aren't you clapping? Like, it's just little stuff like that. And I take it to the extreme and I worry so much that I think I'm actually, there's no thinking. I'm doing them a disservice by being so obsessively protective of them.
Yeah, I understand.
Scared of everything now, and it's my fault.
Oh, they're scared of everything, right?
Yeah.
And especially having a child with, well, I don't know if it's special needs or just
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Additional needs.
There you go. Additional needs. I have that too. And the ups and downs of that are wild. Like you just think everything's under control and then you wake up. And for me, in my case, my son will have regressions, and it's scary and he stops speaking and, it's just, oh man, it's terrifying as a parent,
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But okay. So what about dating? When did you start dating after you separated? I'm just trying to lighten this conversation so I don't start
I know.
crying.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, you have two wackadoodles and we're both being so somber. But I think that's what happens when you go through so much trauma. You just kind of, like I was joking, but not joking about being dead inside. Like, I don't know about you, but there's sometimes I don't have anything to offer. No. I'm like, I can't be funny today, dude. I don't have it in me. I just have to be. I just have to exist.
No, that's so real. I've been telling my friends that too. I'm like, I don't feel funny. Like I get tragedy plus time comedy, but like, I just need a little more time, dude. Cause like, I do not feel funny right now. We both used to make weekly sketches and there was that fire under us. And like, I don't know about you, but that's one of the happiest times for me is when I'm creating funny content. It's so fun to write funny things and film funny things and post funny things and make people laugh. That's such a fun job. And I'm like, I just want to get back into it because life feels so heavy right now and scary and not funny,
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And after my divorce, I ended up going off of the internet mostly because I was like, I have nothing to offer anybody. I apologize. I got to make my full-time job working on my brain and figuring out how to cope with this. And people were like, you used to be funny. Now all you do is post thirst traps. I'm like, I'm single, bitch. What do you mean? I am on the prowl. Let me be hot for a second. Dang.
Yo. So what was that like? Like, what was your first date? Did you go on the apps at all?
Yes, yes, I did.
Tell me.
Okay. So
I need to know.
First of all, I ended up dating this dude who I've known since I was a kid for 3 months. And almost immediately we knew it wasn't right for each other, which was a super bum.
The first guy since your divorce.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And it didn't work out and I knew it, but I was like, okay, I have a fresh start right now. I have a fresh start and I cannot settle. I cannot just settle into something because it's comfortable. And so I was like, I'm going to go on dating apps, but not because I was trying to find love, but because I was bored. When my kids weren't here, I was so bored. And I was like, let me just go do hot girl stuff and go on dates and like be a slush puppy. But I went on a date with one guy, and on date one, first of all, what are the chances that my ex-husband shows up at the same place? It's out of nowhere. It's in the middle of nowhere. And I'm sitting there with a guy who is on mushrooms currently, tweaking out of his mind. And I'm just looking over at my ex like, hey, this is fine. It's an intervention. I'm doing an intervention. But I didn't say that. But he was a nice guy. I just can't do mushrooms. So that was a no. And then the second guy, we got a tattoo on our first date.
You both got a tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super fun. But his text messages were very dry and short and inconsistent and boring. And the third guy was unbelievable. I don't want to sound like cliche, but I was not used to responses like his. They were thoughtful and thought-provoking and kind and humorous and witty. And I was like, I love this. I love talking to this guy. And he was just so consistent. I never for 1 second questioned, like, does he like me? Does he want to be with me or not? And there was a time when I had another date already scheduled after going on a date with my dreamboat. And I was like, hey, I have another date today. I just want to let you know. And he's like, I completely understand. And I'm not jealous. I get it. Like he was super understanding. He said he's lucky if it works out. If it doesn't, I'll be right here, blah, blah, blah. His response was much better than that. I can't think of it right now, but
it's pretty good.
That's when I was like, I'm done. So we've actually been together for over a year, and him and his children live here with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stop it. And that's amazing. So, okay. So you went on, how many dates was that before you guys said, okay, this is it?
Well, after the date with the other guy, I knew. And so we went on after the first date, we started talking every night on the phone from 9 to 11:15 because he's a full-time dad.
Specific.
What's that?
That's very specific.
I know it is so
9
specific.
to 11:15.
11:15 and
Was it
4
always
seconds.
11:15?
Yeah.
Why the 15?
Well, we would have talked all night because we have no control, but we had to like put a stop to it. And he is a full-time dad and worked full-time. So he didn't have free time to go on dates and stuff. He moved here from out of town and doesn't know anybody. So it's just him, his kids. And so the only time we could see each other, I would drive to his work and sit in the car with him for 30 minutes on his lunch break every day. And we'd make out. And then we'd talk on the phone for 2 hours every night.
So
and
you
then
became teenagers again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
really
feel
sweet.
young when he's around. To this day, not for 1 second has he wavered. Not for 1 second has he made me feel anything other than like a goddess. And the mother effer understands mental illness. And he's so emotionally intelligent. Like this dude is like, I can see you're a little stressed. Do you want to try to do some grounding?
Oh my God.
Girl, I took my shirt off. I was like, forget the grounding. Sorry, that's inappropriate. But I
want to do some grinding.
Okay. Yeah, I just think I'm not used to having someone who responds in that way. It was really neat. It was really cool. So I love him. He's great. And I feel so blessed because it feels like everything fell apart because the world was trying to put the pieces back together the way they were always meant to be.
Wow. That's really beautiful. And so he lives with his kids. And how old are his kids? Are they similar ages?
Yes. 7 and just turned 10.
And they all get along? Y'all are the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. For the most part, yes. But
sure, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I had the remote. No, you can't have the last Capri Sun. That's mine. Like that kind of thing.
And just like, if I'm asking too much, you can just be like, I don't want to talk about that or whatever. And again, anything you don't like, we cut. So just preface with that. But like, does he have full custody of his kids, you said?
Yes.
So they're there all the time.
Yes.
Okay.
And they do go see their mom periodically on a schedule.
Sure.
But
Dude, what is life? This is wild.
I know.
This is so
I know.
wild.
It really is. Do you remember when everything, it was around the time of my divorce, I messaged you and I was like, bitch, I think we're going through something really similar.
Yep.
And we had a conversation and your responses made my jaw drop and my responses made your jaw drop about what was going on. And we're like, how are we going through the exact thing at the same time?
Yes. Yeah. We have pretty much the same time sober, separated around the same time. Of course, I have a boyfriend of 2 years. And it's so funny when you were talking about your boyfriend, same here. Now we don't live together. I think I'm just like so traumatized from everything.
I get it.
Yeah. That I'm just like, no. And
love that.
And I think my entire life I rushed into things. Like Steven and I met and within 6 months we were engaged and within a year we were married. And bro, I want to talk to you about the fact that you got knocked up the first time you had sex. I can't believe, like, that's a movie. I mean, your life is a movie. Your entire life is a movie. But like, whoa. So I'm like, because I was just thinking like, we got engaged in 6 months. It's so early.
Yeah. The first time me and this dude ever knocked the boots, there was a whole baby in there.
My jaw dropped. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yep. And so I was like, this is not good for so many reasons. I don't have a job or a car. Neither does he. He has a 2-year-old already. Like I don't even know his last name. This is crazy. And then 3 months later, we got married in front of his very confused family.
And by the way, they were both in a sober living.
Yeah,
right?
we were in halfway houses.
You were in
at the
halfway
time.
houses. And can you tell that story of how Mary wouldn't, I love her, by the way. Shout out to
Aw.
Mary. It's probably not a real name, but how she wouldn't let you guys spend the night and how that happened.
Yeah. So I had lied and said I was going with my sister for an overnight pass. Because after a certain amount of time of being at a halfway house, you get an overnight pass. I had been there for like 2 months, I think. And so I made up a lie, which you're not supposed to do in sobriety. And I went with him. But we hadn't been alone because we were in sober living. Like we hadn't gotten to full on make out or snuggle or anything because we just hung out by the dumpster most of the time or like stop signs. You know what I mean? Because, and yeah, so I found out I was pregnant at the halfway house when I got sick. I was smoking a cigarette at the time and I got sick. And that's when everything came to light and I had to confess to the people, like, that's my bad. And then she was wonderful about it, but we got married and we had burgers and hot dogs. And we both took public transportation back to our designated halfway houses because we were not allowed to have sleepovers anymore. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen now, Mary? Like, there's already a baby.
Wait, you had transportation back to your sober living after the wedding?
Yeah, we didn't get to stay together because we were banned from sleepovers.
That's so funny. You're like, I'm already pregnant.
Yeah, like, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. Wow. But so the fact that you guys made it that long.
Yeah. 10
is
years.
actually awesome.
Exactly.
You know?
It was awesome.
And
yeah.
when you look back, like I know for me, I go, they say in AA, like it's fun than fun with problems than just problems. I kind of look at that around my marriage too. It's like, no, we had some amazing times. We had so much fun together. Like I know there's a lot of people that go, I wasted 10 years of my life. I wasted 15 years of my life. And maybe they did. But
right.
and maybe that for me, that's just too depressing. That's too depressing of a way to look at life. So we don't regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it type. And so I go like, no, it worked. It was fun. We had a great time. And then there were some problems in there. And then the problems escalated to the point of no return, truthfully. And so I'm like, it worked until it didn't. And now we're moving on into this next chapter and it's painful and it's scary and that's okay. But I don't regret it. How do you feel around the last 10 or, your marriage and how it ended and all of that?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different for me because it almost immediately started with problems. But I knew all along that this wasn't my person.
Whoa.
Yeah, I did. And nor was I for him. He is a wonderful guy. I am a high maintenance business and I need somebody who is going to give me attention and validation and reassurance and help ease my mind during moments of chaos. And I think, I would try to picture myself sitting on the porch with him as an old person and I just couldn't. And it's nothing wrong with him. It was just like, I would be talking to myself probably just because I think I'm too much for him.
Yeah.
And I think that is the case. He's very introverted. He's very subdued. And I am loud and awkward. And I was constantly left wanting more. I wish he'd say more. I wish he'd respond more. I wish he would give me more to latch onto. But it's crazy because I truly don't think this is going to sound so lame and stupid. And I understand at any moment this could go south and I could look really dumb and have my heart broken again. But I truly believe that this is the first time that I've ever actually been in love.
Wow.
Like really actually in love. Because I think when you're in a relationship with someone, you kind of just assume that this is it. This is what it is. This is as good as it gets. This is what life is. This is what love is. And then you end up meeting someone who exceeds your expectations, anticipates your needs. Like today, dude, I was doing the dishes and I was like, oh, I broke another nail because I had broken one earlier in the day. And he's like, yeah, I was looking it up. And apparently they sell a primer. If you put the primer on and then you sand it down, it'll stay on longer. And I was like, what do you mean you were looking it up? And he's like, I just looked it up earlier after you said one fell off to see how they could stay longer. And I started bawling. Yeah. I was like, I can't believe that I am fortunate enough to experience this kind of love. I lost both my parents, my stepdad, all my grandparents, all of the people who are meant to love me unconditionally are gone. And so to have this kind of love is so unbelievable, literally, that I don't believe it. And it seems too good to be true. And I try to push him away because I'm like, you are too good for me. And as soon as you find out the real me, you're not going to want to be here. And so I'm going to save you some time. And I try to break up with him all the time, not like actually breaking up, but like crossing my arms, like, you don't deserve this, like dramatic as hell. And he just hugs me and says, I'm not going anywhere.
Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wild. I relate to that so much. I literally have tried to break up with my boyfriend several times as well. And I'm like, run, you should run. You should run. And he's like, why don't you let me decide that? You know? But wow, how considerate he is to look that up. And I'm just so happy for you that you're being loved the way that you deserve. And that and are you able to express your concerns to him? Like, do you hold things back, or are you able to express everything to him?
I can express everything and anything. Absolutely. You too?
Yeah.
I love that.
But I'm still f***ed up. Like, I mean, so are you.
Big time.
You're massively f***ed up.
Yeah.
And so am I. To the point where I'm like, yeah, like I said, I'm not letting him in. I'm keeping him at a distance. I'm so paranoid that the minute he moves in, the mask will drop, right? Because that's kind of what I experienced with my ex a little bit. After a certain amount of time, I was like, who is this person? And now this person is the most dangerous person to me, and I'm literally fearing for my life. That's where I'm at. And so like,
that makes you put a wall up.
Oh
dude.
yeah. I'm just like, and so, he's wonderful now. But the narrative I have in my head is that like men, not all men, but a lot of men, like they're nice when they're getting what they want, but the second they stop getting what they want, they turn. And it's just this fear and this narrative I have that's probably not very healthy. And it's stopping me from fully letting him in. But that's okay. Because what I'm learning too is that I absolutely, was probably codependent. And now I'm just like prioritizing friends and women's groups and just different types of love, because I have just issues around making my partner my everything. Right. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. So like that, but I'm to the point where like, I contemplate being a sexual anorexic like once a week. I'm like, maybe I just will never do that to protect myself, right? So like, it's actually really inspiring to hear you talk about trusting someone enough after, and for you, it sounds like you just have done a lot of healing, and that honestly, he's made you feel safe enough to let him in, and like, it's just working. And then if it ever doesn't, you're strong enough to deal with that day. If it ever doesn't, you already did. You already dealt with it before. So it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of rambling right now, but
no, but you're exactly right. And again, things could change at any minute, but I friggin' doubt it. Right. I feel like by now, the red flags would have shown up. I feel like by now those little would have come.
Has there been moments in your relationship that did freak you out and go, "Ooh, is this?"
So no, but he's going to probably be mad at me for saying this. There was one moment in our relationship where I was like, ew,
You just got the ick a little, like,
yeah.
does he run with his on his toes or something? Or
No, he was trying to put this ticket into this machine at the airport and it like wasn't working. And he looked at the friggin' lady who works there and he did this thing with his hands and this crazy face and had like, and I was like, I don't know what that was, but I hated it. And you can't do it ever again. I don't know what that was. I don't, but that was the only thing that I've ever felt any type of way about.
You just got the ick at that's really
for no
funny.
reason. It just reminded me of like an old man who's like, I don't know, it's broken. I don't know. Yeah. But and not to make fun of him. No. I love him so much. But yeah, that was the only time where I've been like, oh, so that's why I'm like, okay, so he's a serial killer.
Have you gotten in a big fight?
No, dude.
A little fight?
Our fights are so ridiculous because I am the kind of person who, if I'm mad, I will just say, ew, I don't like what you just did. I don't like the way you said that to me. It feels like you were being passive aggressive and I'm not a fan. And then that gives the other person the chance to then say what their intentions were, how they meant it, and clear it up. But we just communicate as soon as it comes up. As soon as it comes up, there's no waiting. There's no brushing it under the rug. Instantly, if something's bugging me, I have to talk about it. I can't do underlying issues.
And him as well.
Yeah. He's a little bit more, doesn't want to hurt my feelings.
Oh.
Which sucks because I'm the kind of person where I really want to know what everyone's thinking about me. I want to know. So if I'm pissing you off, please tell me so that I can change it or tell you to F off. Like, give me the opportunity to amend it. And so if he's holding stuff in that I'm doing that's bothering him, it's probably going to happen again unless you tell me about it. And so he's getting better at expressing that.
That's great.
But in his defense, my reactions aren't always awesome.
Oh yeah.
I get defensive.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a fear of abandonment type thing?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection.
Yes.
It's my ego gets in the way when it comes to rejection. So I'll overanalyze like his breaths.
Yeah.
Like if he lets out a sigh, I'm like, what? What is it? What did I do? Why do you hate me? Are you breaking up with me? Just tell me. Like I go 0 to 100 and it's like this fear of being left. So it's like, let me just leave you before you get a chance.
And yeah, my boyfriend sounds like you in that regard. Like I'll just be short in a text, but it is because I'm busy and it's like, what's going on? Are you mad at me? Like, are you going to break up with me? What, but I think it's so sweet. Like it doesn't bother me. I'm just like, oh, he needs more reassurance. Like he has this abandonment fear and it's like, oh, he loves me. Like that's so sweet. And it sounds like he's the same way. He's not scared off by your behavior.
I hope.
He probably on some level likes it, or finds it comfortable. I find like when you grow up in a traumatic or dysfunctional household, and I don't know that he has or not, but like there's something comforting about that. I don't know. My boyfriend and I talked about like how, let's be real, we're both never going to fully be healed. We never will. We're always going to have shit, I have shit, you have shit. And it's whether we can live with each other's shit and like, hold each other through the shit, but it's never going to go away. You're never just fully enlightened, as wonderful as that sounds. Like,
especially if you can't do psychedelics like me and you, you know what I mean? We're just stuck feeling everything in full all the time.
That's hard.
Yeah.
It is really difficult. Sobriety is hard, especially through things like that. So when you got the call from your ex, like what was going through your head when you figured out, or like when did you first know that something was off in Vegas?
I was backstage getting ready to do a show and he sent me a really sketchy text. And maybe he thought it was like not sketchy, but it definitely was, like in an attempt to cover his tracks. So he said, hey, just want to give you a heads up. Some of the guys here are making some poor decisions. Not me, though.
Slick. Okay.
And I was like, for sure, for sure, for sure. What are you talking about? And the problem was all of the guys that he was referring to are my best friend's husbands.
Mm.
All of us are in recovery together. All of them had a decade or more of clean time. And so it didn't occur to me that it would be relapse. I thought maybe money, because spending money tends to be an issue for some people. And I had given him a budget, which sounds very controlling, but it had to be said out loud.
Sure.
And so then I asked him to FaceTime me because I had a sneaking suspicion, and he refused. And I was like, I have to go out on stage. Please, can I just talk to you really quick? And he didn't. So I went out on stage and I performed and came back, and there was still nothing from him, dude. So the whole ride home back to the hotel, I was like, not to be dramatic, but WTF, can you tell me what's going on? This is really weird. Like, are my friends in danger of anything? Am I in danger? And I got to the lobby of the hotel and made a right into the hotel gym. And my friend Meredith was there with me. And that's when he confessed all of the things that he had relapsed on. And I just fell to the floor. I thought that was as bad as it was going to get. But I just couldn't believe it, because I'm like, wow, dude, over 10 years, like, we've worked so hard. Why? And not just him, all of my friends' husbands. And it was just so shocking and devastating. And I was like, okay, I'll work with you through it as long as you prove that you're willing to do the work, dude. I'm not going anywhere. I'll stand by your side. Which at first I wasn't even sure if I was going to do, because I needed to protect myself and my kids first and foremost. But if he was putting in the work, I was willing. And I was like, just promise me that nothing else happened. Just promise me that nothing else happened. I just need to know everything. If we want to start fresh, I need to know everything. And he said, I swear nothing else happened. And then he fell asleep, and I went through his Apple Watch, and I realized a lot of things did happen that was not mentioned. And that's when I kicked his ass out.
And
but then something so weird happened. A hurricane was coming, and I had to go on tour. So I was going to get a nanny, but he's like, just let me come to the house and stay with the kids. And I was like, okay, he'll protect them better than anybody else. Screw it. Sure. And then he begged me to go to counseling. And I'm like, I will only go so that I can look back and say I did everything I could for these kids to make this work, but it's not going to work. I'm letting you know. And then it started working. And I found myself like trying to be extra sexy for him and trying to be fun and outgoing and like everything I thought he wanted to like a fault. Like I was dropping my morals and my values and my idea of self in order to be what I thought he wanted, because I needed to be picked. I needed to be chosen. I needed to know that I was worthy at the time. And so we ended up getting back together for like 6 months. And then something happened and I was like, I'm over it. I'm over it. It was something inconspicuous. I don't even think it was in the book, but it was something that I saw as an issue and he couldn't see why it was an issue. And if I told you about it, you'd be like, that's an issue, but he couldn't see it. And that's when I'm like, I can't spend the rest of my life trying to explain to someone how to love me.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
Wow. And then when you went to him and said, this isn't working, I want a divorce.
No pushback at all. And he said, I'll start calling places tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. And then he sent me the number of a place. I called. We went in for a meeting the next day. And then in less than a month, it was final.
Holy shit. That's a dream divorce.
Well,
What?
The experience was, but in hindsight, I realized that I forgot to dot a few I's and cross a few T's. And I'm kind of not in a happy about it. Like it was too fast. Like we didn't go through everything with a fine tooth comb and see, what all was there and stuff. So I think I rushed in my attempt to rush into it. I screwed myself a little bit.
That makes sense. That's good to know. Thank you for sharing that. I literally with Steven and I, we also decided, let's not waste all our money on lawyers and courts and let's get a mediator, and we got a mediator. And there was a period of time where we were hanging out on the weekends. And I want to get into after this how your co-parenting relationship is, but there was a period of time where we were, going to the park on the weekends, going swimming, going out to eat with the kids. Like he'd come by, do bedtimes with me, and then go home. And, and we were just living a mile down the road and things were peaceful. And then we got this mediator, and then it was like over a year back and forth of just him not participating with mediation, you both have to participate, right? And so it became clear, like by the end, he was like paranoid, saying, I don't trust her. I'm not signing anything she sends. And just, it was clear probably that addiction was ramping up again. And there was this paranoia or this, just him not wanting it to actually be over and sort of manipulating me through this over a year. And so,
That's hard.
And so mediation can work for some and just not for others.
Right.
My God.
Exactly. That makes sense though. I think me and him were so on the same page that it worked perfect for us. Yeah. And part of me was like, damn, he's not even trying to fight, but neither was I. So like, why would he? If I'm like, no, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would he try to fight it? But
yeah,
it was tough. It was tough on the kids, man. Trying to explain to them. We tried to make it exciting. We're like,
2 houses.
Yeah. 2 Christmases. Think about it. You get 2 rooms, 2 of everything.
You
and
did
they're
a
like,
full
no, this
pitch.
sucks.
Yeah.
But they were, as soon as we told them that we were doing that, my son's like, can I live with dad right now? And I was like, you Effa. Because they're such sports dudes.
Sure.
Like they're very much into sports together, and it's cute, but it's not my jam. I just want to snuggle my son and kiss on his forehead. And he's like, don't friggin' touch me, Mom. I'm too cool for you.
The way that I still co-sleep with my 4 and 6-year-old.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'll cry right now.
They sleep on either side of me. And that really happened after the separation. It's probably been around 2 years. Like they were in their own rooms. And then it just became this battle of like, I'd get one down and then one would run up and then the other would come up. And it was like hours of me trying to get them down. And I'm like, you know what? Crazy. Just come in my bed. And they're like, okay. And then they pass out in 5 minutes. And so we're all going to bed at 8:30.
I love that. That's my happy place. Whenever anybody asks me, like, what is your happy place? It's sleeping next to my kids with them in my arms, in arm's reach, being able to feel them and have them next to me. That's it. That's my happy place. That's when I feel the most safe, the most content, the most at peace. I'll fall asleep right away if both my babies are on my arms. I'm so jealous that you still co-sleep.
I know. I'm just worried about like when is it going to end? Because they have no interest in going back. I'm going to have like 2 teenagers, just like
they're going to be 30,
6'5", 30. Yeah.
That's so cute.
And so co-parenting now, how is it? Are y'all getting along?
Yeah.
What's up?
It has its ups and downs.
Preach.
I think for the most part, our main priority is the kids. And so we just keep that at the forefront and try our best. We tried being friends and it worked until it didn't.
Yo, I identify hard with that. So you tried being friends and then what went wrong? Why was it hard to be friends with your ex
because
of 10 years?
I think because, and when feelings and emotions are involved, I'm trying to word this in a way that doesn't make him look like a jerk because it was both of us. But I feel like perhaps some of the actions were not indicative of what a friend is. And so I couldn't consider him a friend when he wasn't being a friend to me.
Yeah.
And so, I just realized like it's not going to work. We're not going to get to hang out and but then we were. Then he got a girlfriend and I was like,
was this the hot pink legging girl from the birthday party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it was her. And they're still together. And I had to find a way to like her in order to survive.
Yeah.
because she's around my kids all the time. And I want her to love my kids the way that I love them. And so I want to be as helpful and inclusive as possible, because the idea of a commune or a compound, like living together and doing family together, sounds amazing to me. I would love it. But that's not really how life, that makes it sound creepy. Like I'm showing up at their house with a sleeping bag, like, let me in. But that's not what I'm doing. I thought it would be easier to get along if we got along.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're cool. It ebbs and it flows.
Uh-huh. And then okay, so I feel like I'm trying to think, there was just so many things I wanted to ask you, but I feel like you covered a lot. And so when do you start outpatient, and what does that look like? How many hours a day are we talking here? I'm stressed
So
out.
You son of a bitch. What are we talking about? I was debating on what to do at first. I wasn't sure if I should do a PHP or an IOP or like intensive inpatient, where I commit myself, or outpatient. And for me, after doing research and stuff, inpatient is more of when you're in a crisis. It's to help you get through the crisis. And there's a lot of medicine that's administered just to help calm you through whatever the crisis is. And the outpatient is more one-on-one therapy, intensive OCD treatment. So doing exposures and things like that. And that seemed like a better fit for me, because school is getting ready to start with the kids, and there's 4 of them in the house. And also one of my kids is going through some highly emotional stuff that requires a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And so the idea of leaving for an extended period of time devastates me. So I'm going to do extensive outpatient starting next week. Wow. And it's from like 8:30 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon every day. And I have to do a minimum of 10 days, but I'm going to see how I feel. And most likely I'm planning on doing more than that. I just know I need, my 1 hour a week therapist is not enough.
Not enough. Mm-mm. And how do you feel about medication? I know like some people in fucking recovery are so weird about it.
I know. I'm not one of those people. I'm on so many medications.
Because that's really refreshing to hear. Because I know at least in Los Angeles recovery rooms, like not all, but I feel like there's a lot of, people against any sort of prescribed meds. And I get it. I get that some are slippery slopes. Like benzos are slippery slopes. They're addictive, for a lot of people. So I get it, but it's not so black and white. So tell me your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So benzos, in my opinion, I couldn't ever do. I wouldn't ever do, because I am the kind of person who would easily be snorting them and stealing from people to get them. Like I know that about myself, but the non-habit forming medicines that are made to chemically rebalance your brain is something that I fully support. And I fully support trying until you find something that works for you. I'm on a medication for depression and anxiety. I'm on medication for OCD and for another one for inattentive ADHD. And I'm on a mood stabilizer right now, which is new.
The mood stabilizer?
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you find it's helping?
I mean, I don't know. If I were to answer honestly, I don't know that any of it is helping, because I'm still effing crazy, dude.
You're like, none of it's working.
I feel like if I'm on, so I wake up and I take like 6 or 7 pills in the morning. I should be right as rain. I should be skipping through the streets and singing with the birds.
That's right.
Like, why can't I get out of bed?
And I guess that's something too for the inpatient therapist to look at, is like why they're not working. ADHD, that's the one thing I really, dude, I'm so tempted, but I just know like uppers were my thing. And so
were they?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Girl. Yes.
That's surprising. To
Really?
me.
Did you strike me as more of a heroin-y girl? Girly?
Yeah. More
Heroin girly?
methamphetamine.
Well, meth is
No,
an
but I
upper.
think because people like, and I can't assume that the same reason you started using and stuff was the same reason I did. But for me, I just, I had really bad anxiety and I always felt out of place and I always felt loud and awkward and weird. And my mind never shut the F up. So when I discovered drugs and alcohol and I felt nothing, I was like, this is it. I feel nothing. I feel like a zombie. The voices are quiet.
Yes.
Like, this is wonderful. And I assume because you're funny and, you're public facing, that maybe it was similar. So if I would have done, I mean, don't get me wrong. I did some uppers, girl.
Yeah.
I was not picky about what I did, but it was opiates. That was my downfall.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I totally identify with that. Mine, it started with alcohol and weed. And I remember like as a kid, weed, it did that. It quieted my mind and I just didn't have that anxiety, we were self-medicating, but then it progressed. And I would say the thing that took me out was cocaine. That was the thing. Yeah. Yeah. I was addicted to it.
I get it.
Terrible drug too. Terrible.
It really is. It's the kind of drug where you need it. Yeah. What were you saying? Sorry.
Just there's like way better drugs out there. I picked a bad one.
It was like I would do it and then 5 minutes later I needed more. Like the lifespan of it was next to nothing. And then when I wouldn't have any more, I remember one day I was sitting in my living room coming down off of that and the birds outside, dude.
Girl. Yes.
The birds. I opened the back door and I was tempted to climb a tree and just start laying the smack down on birds.
I'm vegan and I would have killed every bird if I could. Every one. There's nothing worse than the birds.
So crazy.
The birds.
Yeah, dude.
And you text your dealer and he's like, chill out, stop. And then you're like, oh, I really got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the birds, the sun coming up and having
everything.
No more. It's horrific. But yeah, I would say that's, and I'm grateful for that drug. Cause I think if I had just continued on with, alcohol, weed, and whatever, mushrooms or ecstasy or whatever else I was dabbling in, I probably would have gone way longer. But you can't really do cocaine casually. You know what I mean? There's certain drugs that's like, it'll take you out fast. And I feel like for me, it was honestly one morning, I was having writer's block and it was like 9:30 in the morning. And I was like, I should probably get some cocaine. Like that will help me. And honestly, I think that I know I was diagnosed with ADHD and I think I was craving focus. I wanted to focus and I thought that my head went, that'll make me focus. So I stopped getting distracted by everything and I could write this script,
Right.
And of course I wrote the worst script in the world as we do on cocaine. But anyway, I guess my point in saying that, well, whatever, I hit bottom fast because of that. And so we both were able to get sober young, which is wonderful. But ADHD medicine, like certainly Adderall, I would be very nervous that I would become addicted to that or abuse that. That's why. But there's different types of, right?
Yes, there is. There's different types.
Yeah.
And I was on one that is non-habit forming and it's immediate release and extended release.
Does it work?
It puts me to sleep. It makes me sleep. I'm not kidding. I'll go right to sleep. Nothing works for me. And I've gone to my psychiatrist so many times and I'm like, I don't want more. I don't want you to up the dose. And I don't think that's the issue. I think, she's like, how's your diet and exercise? And I was like, you shut your whore mouth is what you do. That's what you should do. But yeah, I haven't tried any of those yet. The diet exercise situation, which it might help, but yeah,
have you done hot yoga? Just do it.
I did hot yoga once and I cried during the ashwagandha part or whatever you call it at the end. What do you call it?
Shavasana.
Yes.
You said ashwagandha. I love that. Shavasana. Yeah. No, it's intense.
Yeah, I cried. And because I was emotional, not because I was out of shape, but that also, it was close. It was scary. I feel like yoga would be good for me if I was coordinated and
But
attractive.
You don't have to be. You don't.
I'm just sweaty and large.
That's okay. You can just modify and just be. Sometimes I go and I'll just be in child's pose the entire time. I won't do anything. I don't care.
Is that an option?
I don't care. Yes, girl. I'm just in the room for an hour and I'm not on my phone and I'm not talking to anyone and I'm in a safe space for an hour, deep breathing. And sometimes I just literally do a forward fold and that's it. So it doesn't matter. I mean, the teacher will look at you like disgusting.
Yeah.
But other than that, like it's fine.
I feel like I'm going to have a conversation with her ahead of time. Like if I am laying down, it's not a medical emergency. That's just how I do my yoga.
Yeah.
So I've got my own routine. I'm going to try today, if you don't mind.
Just lay there. Just lay there for an hour. Because think of it, it's a moving meditation or it's a lay there meditation. You're just meditating for an hour. And for me, I need it. I need it. And it's hard. It's hard with kids, but.
It's not even hard with kids. It's hard for me to get serious. It's hard for me to shut off the funny, be the goofy one in the room, be the one who is making this whole situation funny. Like, I don't know how to shut it off.
The way that I had 5 police here the other day and I was cracking jokes with all of them. I can't not.
Same.
It does not matter how serious the situation.
Yeah.
I will find the funny.
Yes, exactly. Because it's a defense mechanism. It's a way to relieve the tension in the air. And for me also, it's a way, I don't know why it's so important that everybody likes me. It's this horrible thing I've had since I was a kid. Like I really want to be liked by people.
Do you feel like you love yourself?
Say that again?
Do you love yourself?
Hell no. That's why I'm going to get help, dude. I have the lowest right now. My self-esteem is in the dirt. Okay. I have major imposter syndrome. I'm a terrible person. I don't know why anybody would want to be with me. Look at my outbreaks. Look at my mental breakdowns. Look at how quickly I shut down and switch gears. Like I'm so nasty to myself. And that's what I need help with.
Yeah, because it's so baffling to me. I'm looking at you. I'm thinking about how beautiful you are the whole way. No homo. I'm just like, I keep thinking about how beautiful you look. On top of how beautiful you look, you're so funny. You're so articulate. You're so self-aware. You're so entertaining and just lovely and honest and such a gift to the world. And I'm just like in awe of you, like as you're beating yourself up. And it's insane to me. And you have a New York Times bestselling book. And I know you can't fill the hole in the soul with external clearly, right? Let's talk about that because you have a New York Times bestselling book that I just read. We had a book club about it. Everyone was obsessed with you in it. Like we just love you. And you were my first book. So I'm
honored. That was really cool. I really appreciate it. And if you ever want me to pop in and say what's up to your book club, I'm happy to.
Oh, they would freak out. I would
love to.
They actually asked some questions. I have a few from them if you want to answer.
Of course.
Cool. But yeah, it's so wild how we are our own worst critics.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like you saying all that stuff to me is amazing. And it makes me feel so good. And I really, really appreciate it. But that shitty little voice in my head is like, she doesn't know you though. She doesn't know the real you when no one's around. She doesn't know you eat snacks in the middle of the night and hide the wrappers. So everybody doesn't know you're a monster. Like I feel like I've got everybody fooled. And I've been working on it in therapy for a while, finding out who my true self is. Cause I've got all these people at the table trying to take over and nobody's in charge. And I just panic and nap.
Yeah.
Are you a napper?
No, I can't. I hate it.
My gosh.
I just want to nap. Not even good for me. It's terrible for me. I lay there and I just want to nap and I can't. If the sun's out, it is near impossible for me. Unless I'm like really sick, I can't do it. I just lay there. But I'll try and put on a meditation or then I end up like scrolling on TikTok or something. I just can't nap. I want to.
Yeah, it's a great escape. And that's my problem is for like 10 years, I've been napping every single day, and it's not healthy and it's not normal.
Why isn't
but it's
that healthy? I think it is healthy to nap.
Well, I think when you like neglect everything else to nap, that's when it becomes a problem. So like my laundry pile is embarrassing, but I've gotten some good naps in this week. You know what I mean? Like anytime I have spare time, I'm like, well, time to shut down and close my eyes and chill. It's definitely some sort of coping mechanism that a form of escape, I believe.
Yeah, but it's better than crack.
It is. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
You
I tell
know?
people all the time, you know what I mean? I could be robbing people and breaking out windows with my elbow, but I'm just sleeping, listening to true crime.
Do you feel like you have enough support in your life? Like with the kids, the house, because you're working, your bills, children, all of it. Do you have enough
No.
support?
Well, like emotional support, but I definitely feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders at all time.
You do?
Because because I have been the primary breadwinner for a long time. And now that we are separated and things like that, because I don't even want to say it. I'll tell you off camera, but sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, I have to keep my house afloat and other houses afloat. And it's very tricky and it's very frustrating and it's very overwhelming all the time. And I feel like I don't know. I don't have a team. I don't have an assistant. I have a friend who helps me sometimes, but for the most part, it's just me. And I just feel like a little kid who stumbled into like this big office building and they slapped a badge on the kid and they're like, you're in charge of all this. Don't F it up. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
How did I get here? So yeah, I feel like I have enough emotional support for sure, but I need a cleaning lady.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like someone to help you with the laundry. Like, and it's not, being a single working mom, it's like, I would feel this guilt about having childcare come during the day. And then it's like, how do I have guilt around that? Who the fuck else is going to pay my fucking bills? Like I've got to work. So you have to hire someone to help you while you work. Yet moms have there's just this like stigma around if you have childcare, but it's like, you need it, especially as a single mom.
Right.
Who's this, pretty much the sole provider.
Yeah, exactly.
Balancing it all. It's a lot.
Yeah. You can give your kids undivided attention, but it'll be like under a bridge.
It'll be under
in
a
a cardboard
bridge.
box if you're not working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. But do you feel like you're getting support with your boyfriend in that way?
Oh yeah. He's changed my life so much. He makes everything seem possible. He takes care of everything. He's so handy. He's so wonderful. He takes me thrift shopping, which I love.
So just having another adult in the house helping you manage everything, is it life-changing?
Okay, listen, I'm not going to try to convince you to have your boyfriend move in. I feel like, but yeah, obviously, of course.
But do you ever want to kick him out? You never want to kick him out?
I wouldn't have had anybody move in this soon, but I think his situation, he had to make a move and he could have gotten his own place and spent, every dollar he made going towards rent and taking care of his children, or he could have moved in here, helped me get my together, and we could have built a life together. And that's what I wanted to do. And that's what we're doing. It's definitely helpful because he's an incredible human being.
Yeah.
If he was just a douchebag mooching loser, then I would feel like an idiot.
Totally. Okay. Let me ask you some fucking questions.
I love fucking questions.
Do you love them? Okay, what part of your book do you feel is the most impactful? Asks Dee Dee Bear.
Ooh, Dee Dee Bear. What part is most impactful? That's a tricky question that I've never been asked before because it feels braggadocious in a way.
Right.
But I think the part that I would hope people got the most out of was that life is going to hurl at you 1,000 miles an hour. And you can either let it knock you down or you can grab it and chuck it back. And after letting it knock me down a couple of times, eventually I got up and I chucked it back and I took back control. And so I truly believe that there's nothing you can't make it through sober in this life. I've made it through marriage, death, birth, divorce, and I'm here and I'm sober. And if I can do it, anybody can.
Whoa. Bars. Kathleen Morphus.
He might be. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's so funny. Bars. Oh, that was a close one.
Do you pee yourself sometimes?
Yeah, all the time. I have to cross my legs. Out of what?
I said asks Kathleen Morphus. That's the next question. Do you?
Oh,
pee?
is that actually?
No.
Oh, I thought you said something about an orifice. And I was like, I do pee out of my orifice for sure.
But you pee yourself sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, listen, if we're getting honest, yeah, sometimes I do when I laugh or sneeze or
jump on a
do
trampoline.
Anything. Really? Breathe. Yeah, my is effed.
I know. I'm shocked my organs are still in my body. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It comes with age.
Okay, Kathleen Morphus says, we know what happened after her husband's relapse, but what about the other wives on that trip?
Oh, it's so sad, dude. It's so sad because we were a really tight-knit group of friends and we had a group chat. We talked all day, every day. We had been friends since long before children and we'd raised our children together. And this really just kind of tore everything apart. And there was a lot of fallout and there was a lot of backlash. A lot of the women ended up, not a lot. Some of the women ended up leaving their husbands. Some are working through it. But even our friend group isn't together anymore ever since then. And it makes me really sad.
Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
We both have where sobriety brought us together with our then partners. Sobriety. If it wasn't for sobriety, you would not have met him. You would not have the children you have.
Exactly.
You know, same with me. And relapse and addiction essentially tore it apart.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like there were other things at play. Like, were you actually compatible? Like now you know this great, you know?
Not at all.
Right.
He would say the same. It's not even a question. We weren't compatible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know that because him and his current partner are so compatible. Like they make sense in every way.
Yeah.
I look at them and I'm like, yeah, that checks out. I watch old videos of us and I'm like, I look like his weird hobbit aunt who like crawled into the picture with him. I don't know why he hung out that long, but we were just so different. You could just tell. He was very into the gym. I was very into snacking. He was very into being quiet. I was very into being loud and having conversations.
But haven't you heard that Paula Abdul song?
Straight up now, tell me, David.
Opposites attract.
One step up. Oh, yeah, that's not true. I don't think. I'm pretty sure she lied.
But it was for a time. Like he was absolutely and utterly in love with you and obsessed with you. And
I don't think so.
At the beginning?
No, dude, there was no beginning. Like he didn't know me. You know what I mean? Like we were living in halfway houses. We didn't even have money to go on dates. We just hung out and made out on the side of the street. And then I got pregnant. And yeah, like he said, he loved me, of course. But how could he know? We were still in the honeymoon phase. We were still in the I'm super like calm and normal and don't freak out at all and have no jealous tendencies whatsoever. I'm a cool girl kind of phase.
Do you ever get jealous now?
Yes. Every day. Every day. I'll admit it. Like I don't think I have a jealousy problem, but I think that right now, while my self-esteem is so low, it doesn't take much for me to be like, oh, you'd rather be with the cashier. I saw the way you said, thank you for my change. There was something behind that. No. And you won her boobs. I can tell. I don't really make it like that, but I do get feelings. Like if somebody smiles for too long, I'm like, what a whore.
It's real. I get that too. It's so It's such a horrific feeling.
It really is.
You know?
It's just my insecurities, though. That's all it is. If I was confident, it wouldn't matter. And he doesn't give me a reason to be jealous. Like, I know he's head over heels, absolutely in love with me. I will hunt for reasons and clues and evidence to support my worst fears that I have in my head.
Well, after being betrayed in your last relationship, it makes sense that you would have trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my boyfriend sees that. So he's been very tolerant of my trust issues that, you know, for no good reason. I've been
Absolutely
very, and it's horrible. I think it is getting better slowly but surely. Like, do you
Good.
think if you were to say to him, can I see your phone? I just want to see it to calm my mind and make sure
Mhm.
you're telling me the truth, that he would give it to you?
Without a doubt, without a second thought. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He does it. Even if okay,
Yeah, what?
keep going. No, it's not even exciting.
Okay. Tabby says, I'd love to spark a conversation on the very specific experience of sober parenting and how logically you know that you cannot be a good parent when you are in active addiction, and it might make the urges even heavier with guilt.
In my experience, it isn't guilt. There are moments in parenthood where I feel completely out of control of the situation and my emotions. And in those moments, when I'm at a 10 and I'm like, please get out of my face, go find something to do. But why? And I'm already at a 10 and I'm like, because I said so. But why? I will turn red and I will black out and I'll, because I said so. And then I'm like, you know, it would be good right now, some marijuana cigarettes or a big shot of whiskey or something to just bring it down, you know? And so for fleeting moments, I'll fantasize about it. But then when I play the tape all the way through, I'm like, hell no, never do I ever want to go back down a road where I'm leashed and chained to this thing that's killing me. I can't do it. It would just make things so much worse. It would make whatever problems I have now multiplied by 4 with guilt and shame added on. I'll lose everything. So really it's always an option by nature, but it's not an option for me right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, parenting is hard, and doing it while sober is even harder. Like, I see these moms who are like, let's get together for Mommy Wine's Day.
1 o'clock. I get
Yeah.
it. I get the whole mommy wine culture. Like, I get it. I get why you do that. I get it, you know?
And good for you.
Dude.
Yeah, bitches.
I know.
It's not an option for all of us. Some of us have to just eat snacks and feel things, and it's not fun. But no hate to the mommy wine people. I think only the individual can determine whether or not they have an issue or a problem with their consumption. Mm-hmm. Some people are doing it too much and maybe need help. Some people are fine, I'm sure. I can't do it. That's all I know.
Yeah. Sherry Kohler says, what was the key to your survival during the hardest times? What do you wish? And then what do you wish people can take away from your story? But let's start with what was the key to your survival during the hardest times?
My friends.
Girl,
My
yes.
friends.
Yes.
It was wild. Like, they would come over at midnight and just sit on the couch with me and just stare off into the distance in disbelief. Like, they would be there. I'd be like, I can't get out of bed today, dude. My house is trashed. I'm so overwhelmed. I want to die. And they'd show up with brooms and energy drinks. They helped carry me until I was able to walk on my own. And I truly believe that if it wasn't for my friends and in recovery, I would not be here.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of energy drinks?
Coffee, Java Monsters. Do you drink energy drinks? No, probably not.
Friend. No, but I drink literally 6 cups of coffee a day and matcha. I do matcha, green tea, lattes, a black coffee, and cappuccinos with oat milk. I'm addicted to caffeine.
Yeah, you get down. Okay.
I get down. I never got into the energy drinks. Do I need to get into that?
No, absolutely not.
Should
They're
I
going
get
to
into
kill
that?
me for sure.
Really?
Yeah, they're not great. for you at all. And I have this knowledge and continued chugging them like my life depends
Like
on.
how many a day?
And if I don't have coffee, I'll have like an energy drink.
Oh.
Yeah. But
do
before
they work
speaking,
better?
what's that?
Do they work better than coffee, energy drinks?
Honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't feel a difference if I have coffee or not. No matter how much I have, if I have a coffee or energy drink, I still just feel exhausted and fatigued all the time, no matter what.
Yeah.
So I just drink it now because it's a habit and it makes me feel like I'm doing something naughty.
Oh, I love it. But I cannot function in the morning before caffeine. I just don't talk to me. Like I'm teaching my daughter how to press power on the coffee maker. She's 4. You can't, it's like she can't get to the hot bit, but just press on to get that party started, you know?
Yeah, get that party started.
Right away.
She sees it in your eyes too. She's like, oh, I got to hit the button. I bet you.
Yeah. All right. How is life with your bonus daughter? And do you get to see her as much now that you have split with her dad?
I do not get to see her as much, not nearly as much. She is 14 now.
Oh, wow.
And so she's super cool, too cool for parents anyways. But I get to hang out with her the other day. I got to take her and my daughter, Chloe, to the mall and hang out with her. You know what I do though, when she's around? I try to be so cool for some reason. And I make it so weird. I don't know what that is. I try to use, I'm like, oh, this ice cream is bussin'. And she's like, don't do that. Bussin' like, means good.
Yeah. You're like, no cap. No cap.
I don't know why I do that. It's like, it's habitual. I just want her to think I'm cool. You know what I mean?
And it doesn't work. It does not work.
Yeah, but she's great. I love her. I tell her all the time, I will always be here. You're welcome anytime. Come over if you need to escape. I send her pictures randomly of her childhood and she texts me saying, I love you periodically. I'm still in contact with her mom. We're still great friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think she's just at that age now where it's not like I could pick her up and take her out for ice cream or to a play place. Like it's pretty much the mall or the movies or something. But 14. We do still get to do it. Are my answers way too long? No. You just asked one question. I'm telling you so much.
No, I love it. Rachel Marks Tinian says, what do your children understand about yours and your husband's story? And at what age have you discussed it?
I don't know what they know about their dad, but they definitely know about me. They know I did drugs. They know I was in jail. They know I went to rehab. They know all of that. I've been pretty open about it, but not in to scare them into not doing it way, but in I've been through so much. And if I can make it through that, you can make it through whatever this is that you're going through kind of thing.
And the last question, what do you wish people could take away from your story?
I think for me, I just want people to know that a life after addiction is possible and it can be beautiful. It can be difficult. It can be awesome. It can be tough. But even on my best day, it pales in comparison to like my worst day sober. Like I would take that any day. My life is really beautiful and I've been given a second chance and I want to make the most of it and do what I can. And so while life isn't perfect and it's not linear and it ebbs and flows, you don't have to give up. I guess that's probably what I would want people to take from it because I'm just as confused about the messages of the book as anybody because it just kept changing so much. And it ended up being a story about how somebody was presented very unique challenges and some not so unique challenges and found her way through with the help of love and support from those around her.
Wow. Thank you so much, Tiffany. You're amazing.
You are.
No, you
Thank
are.
you for having me.
You're such an inspiration.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
So are you.
And I loved your book so much. If you guys have not read her book, where can they find it? Where can they find you and your book?
You can't find me anywhere right now except Taco Bell and Goodwill. But online, I'm known as Juggling the Jenkins. And my book is available in bookstores and Amazon and some indie bookstores. Check there first.
It's called
Little
The Clean
small
Mess.
business bookshops.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't have it, tell them to order it.
Order it.
I'm just kidding.
One last thing I forgot to mention, perimenopause.
Bitch.
Yeah, because I was just thinking when you were saying like how it's just everything feels worse and unmanageable. And I had been experiencing similar things and I kept getting comments like perimenopause. And I'm just like, no way. But apparently at our age, that can happen. So have you had your hormones checked is what I want to ask you.
Yeah, dude. After everybody on the internet told me.
Same. Yeah.
I made an appointment with this lady who's a hormone specialist and she had me do labs and stuff. The thing about hormones is they fluctuate so much that it really doesn't matter unless you take your hormone, get them checked every hour on the hour for like 3 days. Don't quote me, but that's what I've been told. And so I am just now starting with that. I started taking progesterone at night and then I'm going to start taking estrogen, I guess. They gave me some testosterone to shoot in my butt, but I'm too scared.
Really? But that could help with the moods, right? That's what I hear.
Yeah, possibly. I honestly, and it's so hard to tell. It's like, is it menopause or bipolar disorder?
Totally.
Is it, like, I just don't know.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting all of it fixed at once and hopefully.
Can you keep me posted and respond to my texts?
I can keep you posted. I can't promise the second. I'm just kidding, but you get it. You're the same way sometimes.
Same way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, but yeah, of course, I will definitely keep you posted.
And I never take it personally. I'm the same way.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't either. Yeah. I'm the worst. And I have to tell people all the time, it's not that I don't love you. It's just that literally I'm a dumb. Yeah. And I'll look at the message and be like, oh, this is important. Oh, or I'll look at the message come in and be like, oh, I bet you that's that thing I didn't want to deal with. I'll open it later and then never open it.
Or I'll respond in my head.
Yeah.
I'll answer 100%. In my head and just never get it out on text and press send.
Samesies.
What? Well, I really appreciate you doing this, especially because you're taking a break. Is there a certain time frame that you think you're going to come back or just whenever you feel right and you're not going to rush it? I love that.
Whenever I feel right. I have no clue. And it sucks, dude, because I know I'm actively missing out on so much as far as things that could help my family and finances and things like that. But none of that means anything if I'm not here.
That's right. None of that means anything if you're not here. And that's the beauty of you coming from absolutely nothing or very little is that none of this, it doesn't, whatever, it's not the key. Like I say this to myself all the time. That's why I'm not telling you, but like, I think, okay, if I were to like lose this all, whatever, as long as we're healthy, we have a roof over our head, even if it's tiny, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If we're healthy and sane, that is all that matters. And so in a way, just having faith that it's all going to work out exactly as it should and prioritizing your mental health and your sobriety is the most important thing you can do. And you know this, you don't need me to tell you this, but I'm really proud of you.
So. Yeah. In case anybody else needs to hear it though.
Yes.
I'm glad you said it. Yeah. And I'm really freaking proud of you, dude. Seriously. Life is tough. Sobriety is tough. And you're doing a really incredible job, especially with the opinions of millions of people all up in your head and your face. You're doing really great. And I'm always here if you need somebody who gets it.
I actually want to update you on some that I can't say. That's absolutely insane, but
same.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll talk after this. All right. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love you.
I love you, dude.
Okay.
Don't make it weird. No.